Are we just going to have a hold on the Eastern Conference? It looks that way right now. We are at 81 points. I am currently recording this while sick, so I figure I may just do the intro for this, and I may end up doing a post-com, just leaving a post-com, because I don't think my voice is up to the task of doing commentary right now and doing a live com for this game for the Avalanche. Welcome to Washington, D.C., and this is a bit of a weird one for me because it is June when I'm recording this particular commentary, and I will do some explaining. Semyon Varlamov in net, 914 save percentage. Braden Holtby opposes him, 906 save percentage. So, like I was saying, yes, it is June. And this is a post-com. Now, when I recorded this game, I was ill at the time of recording this, and I didn't really feel like doing a live com at the time. So, this is a bit weird for me because I've never done a post-com for this particular video game. As we see Nick Backstrom spinning around like a tornado of some sort. And there's Ovechkin getting it back on the forecheck, so this will probably be called a bit more like how you would call a real game. Because I can't really go through what I would be thinking and feeling at the moment of actually playing this one out. But it should be a good one here against the Colorado Avalanche. I myself actually don't even recall the result of this particular game, and it was probably recorded in February. That's how long ago this series was recorded, and this gameplay in particular was done. A big save by Holtby, put into the corner, and flung all the way back down the other end. But Martin Erat giving chase, opposed by Johnson in the corner. Like working with Erat to get the puck back, like to Chimera to Erat, and it works. Tic-tac-toe passing to a goal. And just like that, the Washington Capitals have the early lead. Chimera across to Erat from Like on the initial assist, or the initial play. Primary assist on this one is going to go to Chimera. Looks like a little bit of goaltender interference. There is certainly an argument to be had there as we see the black eye of Martin Erat. There is an argument to be had from Varlamov, but the Caps take the first period lead over the Colorado Avalanche. Ribeiro to Johansson, and this will be just chipped behind Varlamov, who never was able to play it. Jones is given a rough ride next to the Colorado net as the Capitals forecheck is all over it. Look at this. Ribeiro pulling himself back to the half wall, fair in the corner. He rolls out of that play, but it is quickly taken away back through center by the Avalanche. So, again, wanted to do a I wanted to do this live. I tried to do these live, but I think this is the only post-com, if I recall, that will be necessary for this series. I do try to record these games live so you can get my actual initial reaction. But like I said, I had an illness at the time that I recorded this game against the Avalanche, and I just felt like playing anyway. But my voice was not up to shape to actually do a commentary at the time. So I figured I would just leave it to future me. And well, future me is here and doing this commentary. So those of you that are watching this video don't have to be entirely bored for the duration of this gameplay. As we see Alex Ovechkin send it back in behind the Avalanche net again. Don't really remember. Did we dump it? It looks like we dumped and chased it a lot in this game. That's what's been the case so far in the first period of play. O'Reilly had a tough time there at center. Again, the Avalanche having a tough time. They go offside. Can't find the zone entry. That's Ryan O'Reilly. Way back when he was an Avalanche. Ended up going to Buffalo. Spent some time there. Some time in St. Louis. And, of course, present day he is a Nashville Predator. But I don't even know if that's a one-year deal, but that is not even... that's aside from the point. It doesn't matter. It's not relevant to the video. Let's focus on the gameplay that's going on here. Again, really, really awkward for me because I can't tell you what I'd be thinking in real time, which is what I normally try to do in these videos. I try to describe what's going through my brain and my thought process mid-game as I'm trying to play, make adjustments, etc., whatever. But again, because this is a post-commentary, I can't really bring you any of that detail. I just kind of have to wing it, I guess. And Martin Erat, he winged it on that puck chop, and it ended up being a shot on net for the Avalanche. Alsner playing catch with his D partner. Erat along the half wall. It's a slow breakout for the Capitals, which leads to another dump in. Chimera this time. This allowed Blake to get hard on the forecheck, shoots, and saved by Varlamov. But good effort by the Caps forechecking team. They have great turnover there with a stick and an immediate shot on net. Didn't waste any time putting that one right back on the pads or into the glove of Varlamov. And an offensive zone faceoff is one. The Backstrom, the one-timer. Carlson saved by Varlamov. He spits it out quickly for Mitchell to play as the Avalanche playing catch here between each other, trying to find that breakout. Very stifling from the Capitals, except on this occasion, rebound was left there, cleaned up well by Carlson. And aerial flipped out to find the stick and the glove of Alex Ovechkin, who puts it to his own stick blade, draws a penalty in this process. And that shot, I'm not sure if it got through, but it will lead to a Washington power play, the first one of the game. It's a hooking penalty. You could have called it twice. It's going to be Ryan Wilson, but he'll just get 2 minutes in the box for that one. And there it is, 27.5% on the season, on just 102 attempts. But we were the first-ranked power play for much of the season going into this game. And I don't remember if the power play was able to score, but we're going to find that all out right here as we struggle to get possession following the face-off to open the power play up. We have to go play a retrieval game beside the net of Braden Holtby. And finally, it is out through center. This is Ribeiro, a sidestep move to try and find space. The one-timer saved off the stick of Orlov, not Varlamov. Varlamov, the goaltender. Orlov, the defenseman, shooting the puck. And it's basically a one-and-done deal for the Capitals on that possession. Aerial flipped. We love that play. Trying to get the puck out, but this would be offside, and we just elect to take the offside instead of... Basically, instead of letting the Avalanche waste more time clearing the puck, we elected to take the offside on that one. And there's the one-timer from Orlov, saved by Varlamov. Too many offs. Except Ovechkin isn't an ov. He doesn't have an ov in his name. He is Russian, though. Oh, that's a really bad play there from Wolski. I don't know what the plan was there, but it led to another clear out. The Avalanche have had an easy time killing off the NHL's best power play. They're going to get a shorthanded goal off of a weird rebound from Holtby. And it's Mitchell who was all over it. It's John Mitchell, the center. Right in the right place at the right time on it's just a weird play. Not a bad play when you're shorthanded to just send the puck to the net. Holtby stand-up save on the post, but he couldn't recover after that fact. Basically, it's an empty net goal. It's a shorthanded goal, that is for sure. But for all intents and purposes, it is also an empty net goal. Braden Holtby nowhere to be found in the goal crease on that one. So the game is level on that one. Can the Capitals get one right back? That one's well rifled over the net from Ovechkin on the last seconds of the power play. So the power play expiring. Unsuccessful. Carlson's drive is saved. But a good bid for a goal there from the defenseman. Got to get John Carlson going. I think Carlson's been pretty silent for much of the second half of the season. Haven't heard a lot from him. He's also been injured. We lost a lot of guys. I do remember we lost a lot of guys due to injury on the back end to start our season mode. And there's another save. Erat, another one-timer as well. So we've given Varlamov a lot of one-timing action. Passes through the crease, through the slot area. And also we've done that low-to-high one-timer a few times. Trying to find that one-time play, get the goaltender moving side to side. This hasn't worked out in the form of a goal for the Capitals so far. This will be Landeskog. Carry over the blue and then dumped in on net, essentially. Holtby will cover that up to get a face-off and a reset. So Backstrom going to try to win it behind him. He does not win this face-off. It is blocked away off the scramble from the face-off. And the Avalanche are forced to just dump it right back in. Capitals will try to retrieve. Alzner misskates his assignment on that retrieval. And Hayda, his shot does find a way to Holtby, who plays it dangerously to Schultz beside his own net. Swolski on the half wall again, dumped in as Ovechkin is waiting very impatiently on the blue line. And there's that forecheck going to work, creating more problems for Colorado. It's been a long first period in my mind. It feels a little bit longer than it actually has been. That one misses wide and ricochets off the back of the net and then rimmed around. Wolski passes cross-rink to Ovechkin, who's going to, of course, try to do a little dipsy dangle move that doesn't work out and lead to anything. That's a heavy block as well from, I believe, Gabriel Landeskog. Alzner's attempt to pinch keeps it in. Ovechkin to Backstrom behind the net and then rolled out on the other side. Ovechkin wasn't ready for it. And that is all for that possession for the Washington Capitals. No shots on net, as far as I can recall. It is quite an aggressive battle going on in this corner as it's finally rimmed around. Ovechkin, blind behind his back pass, finds Like. One-man show in the zone against 3 defenders, so he kind of just shoveled it on. And at least, if nothing else, that gets the puck back into the zone deeper. And there's a and I was anticipating an Erat turnover there, but instead it is Green who has to make the good play with the stick. He does. Sends it back out to center. Just looking to reset. Catch a breath. Erat's going to be in on a partial breakaway. Saved on the wrap chance by Varlamov. That should end the first period right there. So we know we're not going to get another Capitals goal in this period. We might get an Avalanche. One big aggressive save out in the white ice by Braden Holtby, and that is where the first period will rest. Ooh, already a little bit out of breath and having to use every percentage of my brain power that I have available to do this post-commentary and try to make it semi-interesting and entertaining as much as I can anyway. As again, it is an opening dump-in to start the second period of play. Alex Ovechkin on that left wing, doing what he does best, scoring goals, hopefully. I don't remember if he's going to score a goal in this game, but we'll find that out as well. And I'm so looking forward to get... Oh, Ovechkin really took a big one from Johnson, and he's limping off. This is bad news. Ovechkin, as he has been so much this season, injured again. That's a rough play. Don't remember that happening. But it has happened, as is evident by Alexander Ovechkin's slow skating back to the bench, as we are now basically on a partial change with Wolski taking the spot of Ovechkin. And it is sent further back in by the Avalanche. But as I was trying to get to my point that I was going to make, well, hold on to that thought for just an extra second. That's a beautiful save by Holtby. And the glass has shattered free on a check put on to Jeff Schultz. There's Ovechkin down the tunnel, so you know it's bad, and he's done for the night. So his evening is over. We will find out more about it in the end-of-game menu screen when this game concludes. But if I can ever get to the point that I wanted to make, I'm looking forward to getting to playoffs. Yes, that's right. There are going to be playoff games. So, I mean, I think that was pretty evident by our record with less than 20 games to go, about 20 games to go in the season now. It's pretty obvious we're going to be a playoff team. So, there will be playoff episodes, and I'm looking forward to getting to uploading the first round of that playoff series. We got a long way to go to get there. But it's crazy. I've been getting this series out way more consistently as of late. I've been trying to do that, try to upload it as much as I can. Daily videos, if possible. Now, this episode would have already gone out, except for needing to do the post-commentary that I have just completely set aside until, of course, the time being right now. The net has come free. But, yeah, just trying to crush daily videos has helped me get through this series a lot quicker. And I need to get on NHL 14. That series is coming up soon as well. That's a different story altogether. I was going to mention something, and my brain has completely fried, and I've forgotten all about it. Martin Erat one-on-one dangle move, and it's going to be picked up by Brooks Laich, who also tries a dangle move himself. Led to nothing, except for this Jason Chimera goal. That's what it's led to. beautiful shot, a couple of messed up dangles. Ends up working out to Jason Chimera's benefit, and he turns and fires. A couple of Caps players tied up in front of the net. And I don't know if Varlamov, did he see this? Yeah, he saw this all the way. There's no way he shouldn't be making a save on that, but it does find a way past the glove to the top corner of the net. Caps lead restored, 2-1, baby. So as I was going to try to get to something related to this series, I don't remember what it was. Playoffs, of course, that'll be coming up. Hopefully by the start of the next month, by the start of July, we can get to playoff games if I can get this series out. And I mean, it shouldn't take that long to get through 20 or so games. There's going to be a power play going Colorado. It's Dominic Moore going to the box. Had that sick dangle goal against the Buffalo Sabres in this building. And that's definitely checking from behind. I don't think there's a way that you can argue that's not a penalty. So take your 2 minutes and hope that the penalty killing guys can get it done. 253 power play attempts for the Avalanche. And yet 13%, 27th in the NHL. But they cling iron on this first shot toward the net. It's not going to count as a shot on net, as Nick Backstrom tries the signature windmill deke that we tried ever so often in this Washington season mode. Scored a goal on one of them. If you want to see the goal, it's the Detroit Red Wings game. I've talked about that goal at length in this series because it was just phenomenal to actually score it off of a windmill. And this is Backstrom, loose puck dangling through the defenders actually this time, and then losing the handle shortly thereafter. As the Avs power play goes the other way, and offside they go. A helmetless PA Parento is the man carrying that one offside. Wolski having a 46-point season. Very decent. We played, I don't know what game this is. What is this game? I'm not even sure what game this is. I think this is, I don't know what's gone up lately. I've lost track. There's like 20 games left in the season, so it's almost game 60 of the season. So my point being is Wolski, 49 points or whatever it was in about 60 games. Not too bad, but we're having a tough time killing this penalty. Landeskog rebound goal. Downey all over the pad or save rebound, and it's a power play marker for Colorado, and they tie the game. So Dominic Moore's penalty proves to be very costly, and we were a cluster on that entire play at the blue line, and then Carlson's diving, splaying attempt to knock a pass down. It actually means that Carlson is out of position on the rebound. So if he did not leave his legs, I guess you could say, if he didn't leave his feet, he could have been involved in that play defensively to prevent the goal, but it is a tie game no less. And you just got to forget all about it. Go out there and play disciplined hockey and go get the next one. That's the most important objective for the Capitals. As the Avalanche, again, struggle on that blue line entry. And that gives Alzner a lot of time to make a play. He goes to his D partner, and it's erratically banked back out to center. So this is going to be the Avalanche dumping it in. Yep, they will dump it in as we have a failed hip check attempt. Very interesting decision making from Alzner. And it's the point now. Wilson, that's going to sting Alzner and then deflect wide to the corner. Mitchell is handling it now, has a goal in this game. So one of the two Avalanche goals scored by Mitchell. Comiskey misskating his assignment again behind the net there. It's going to be blocked off of some friendly fire off an Avalanche player. And finally, Chimera knows it's important to get the puck in deep. He does so, goes off on a change. And the forecheck is just, they're working hard, just not able to get it back on that occasion. Avalanche looking to just gain the red line. And now they've gained the attacking zone. Stastny to Hunwick. Holtby will cover it there off of that save. And that'll be a D-zone face-off. Wojtek Wolski with a point streak as well. Although I missed how many games it is because it flashed up and then disappeared almost as soon as it appeared. So I was not able to get a good look at that. I just know he has a point streak that's ongoing. We've got that whole left side of the rink overloaded defensively. It's worked out because it's led to Dominic Moore, who almost got his face caved in by Johnson on that play. Ward, this is the fourth line out there. Carlson banks it further down low. It's going to draw a penalty. So the Capitals will go back to their second power play of the game. Is this the second power play of the game for Washington? It looks like the call was I don't know if it's cross-checking or interference. I thought I saw cross-checking, and that is confirmed. As Hayda sits in the box now for cross-checking. Second power play attempt, just one shot on the first try out there. So got to do better than that this time around. We've got Johansson with Orlov on the backside. And then as far as the forwards are concerned, it's Erat with Backstrom and Ribeiro. There is no Ovechkin because he is injured. Might I remind you, he got injured earlier. We got Orlov walking the blue. Back to Orlov. One-timer really wide of the net. But I think Ribeiro is going to keep this in. He punches it back in further. Johnson will aerial flip it, but it is just behind the blue line for Johansson, so he could not keep it in. We're just struggling, needing to get that power play entry. And a deke unnecessary from Orlov, but it finds the stick of Erat. Half wall working, missed pass, miscommunication on the blue line with Johansson. Stastny harassed by a couple Caps players, and we're just flipping it out in frustration. The boos are raining down from the fans. They are frustrated. Watching the league's best power play look like the worst power play in the league, at least based on effort here. Erat's spin move does not shake off Mitchell, and he will get the clear on the second attempt. No, he gets it right back on some clever passing with his defense teammate. And Downey will skate it in, saved by Holtby. It's got to be cleared. Got to get this puck out. Absolutely got to get it out. Downey's chance is denied. Orlov gives him a rough ride, picks it up, flips it out to the neutral zone, and then finally it is forced back in by Like on a good dump in. Elliott's going to receive a heavy body check that will give the Avalanche a power play and a fight coming up. Wolski probably a bit frustrated. So he's going to toss him with Elliott. And we shall see who gets the better of whom in this fight. And it is Wolski's fist taking down Elliott's face to the ice surface. Victorious in the scrap. But will the Capitals be victorious in the game? So despite the fact the Avalanche have the power play, the face-off to open this power play will be in the Avalanche defensive zone. So they have to skate the full 200 basically to set up the power play. Very slow on that entry, but we've made it very cumbersome trying to get the blue line entry. We're not giving them anything for free. That one's going to miss. We've got this sort of passive box set up on the kill. We're chasing the puck carrier up and down the half wall. It gets through. And then Green can clean that one up behind the net. Got to get the puck and get it out. But the Avalanche power play forecheck is giving this Capitals team everything they can handle to break the puck out. That's going to be wide. And finally, Backstrom can get possession. He should have just cleared it. But instead, another big rebound by Holtby is kicked out. And Karlsson actually draws a penalty. So with 30 seconds to go, we're going to milk the time and try. Oh my goodness gracious. Karlsson almost put it in off of his goaltender into his own net, trying to buy time on the delayed penalty to the Colorado Avalanche. Green across to Karlsson. It has worked so far. Backstrom, we've created a 2-on-1. And there's the save. Big save by Varlamov. Cannot go from having a power play to giving up a 2-on-1 with the man advantage, and that, of course, is the expiration of the Avalanche power play. And the Capitals will get a third crack at it in this game. I don't know how many shots we had on the last one. We didn't have a shot. We did not have a shot on the second power play of the game, so we didn't even register a shot on the Avalanche net. Stastny's free, breakaway, partial break, and he's going to score. He finds one short side, short-handed. That's a back-breaking goal. Just very lackadaisical with the man advantage on all ends of the rink. It doesn't matter if we have the puck or if we are defending. The power play has needed a spark, and it doesn't have one right now. Are we feeling the effects of the Alex Ovechkin injury with 16 to go in the period? Guarantee you that the Avalanche are not giving up a goal here before the period ends. Stastny will clear, and that is it. His goal has given the Avalanche the lead as we see some rough stuff happening after the whistle in frustration. Well, frustration is very palpable right now for the Washington Capitals. They should be up in this game right now with all the power play, with the 3 power play opportunities, this being the third one of the game, and then giving up a shorthanded goal basically to end the second period of play. They're now trailing in the game. Need to find a way to get the power play going. It's just not going right now. Erat fired wide. So you needed that play. You needed the puck to go in there. Green's aggressiveness from the defense position has kept the puck in as we have 2 defensemen on this power play. And that is it. All right, do we have the 2 defensemen out there because we gave up the shorthanded goal in the last period? Probably not a bad idea. You got 2 good ones, too. You got Green and Carlson formed the pair on the power play, like in front of the net point blank, and it's just not going. I believe the poke check successful from Semyon Varlamov, and the power play again has to go the full length of the ice to get it back. And they're getting board play the whole time, so frustration really starting to seep in as a pass misses back to center. Like has the overspeed, though. He can be first man in. Erat just does not connect with the great pass, but he was point blank in front of Varlamov, and it's just not happening right now for the Washington Capitals. Downey is pressured, and he just sends it right back in. Not a bad idea. Get it all the way down, and that's a penalty, a frustration penalty from John Carlson. It's going to be interference, and probably a little bit understandable. The puck was kind of semi there, but the referees don't agree. They would say that it's not close enough. It's still interference, and you can't at this stage in the game. You just can't get overly frustrated and start taking dumb penalties and doing dumb things. Sometimes you can just feel it's not your night, and it certainly does feel that way for the Capitals. It doesn't feel like it's their night right now. That pass is, of course, rejected by a great stick in the passing lane. Like is really just trying to force the puck back into the zone, doing everything he can. We, of course, have a defenseman who stepped up on this play, so Alsner is hung out to dry by himself along with Holtby. Well, Holtby's making that big save, keeping the game at a 1-goal deficit right now as the Avalanche power play goes back to work. Landeskog, his one time on his shooting side, just fired wide. So we were lucky that Landeskog, that's an interesting deke, lucky that Landeskog was not in a proper spot for an actual one-timer where you could really get it underneath him. Good stick in the lane by Green. That has forced the Avalanche to have to sort of reset back in the neutral zone. They can't find his own entry so easily here. Hunwick at the red line just dumps it in on the power play. That's up the half wall to Backstrom. If he could get a little speed going, he windmills around that, so that's actually got him some space. He floats a backhander in. It's a pretty easy save there. Green wheels behind the net. Can't find the stick of Backstrom, his teammate. And the Avalanche carry it away to center. They're probably fine to keep this to a 1-goal lead. Just milk this game away. They're going to have to do a lot. This is still a very good Washington Capitals offense, capable of a lot. Capable of scoring goals in bunches. We've seen it happen this season. So you can't just sit back on your heels against a team like this. Johansson, spin move. All right, trying to do the Marty Erat moves. Oh, a couple of dekes in a row pulled off. But no shot on goal. Matters not if you don't get the shot on net or even a goal. A goal would be preferable. Trailing by 1. Half the period almost gone here. That's going to kick off an Avalanche skate. Chimera on the retrieval. Gets it back. In front again. Not the first time we've seen that play not work out for Washington tonight. That hip check is way off the mark. Chimera pulls it away from the goal crease and is back to the blue line and out to center. And Joel Ward is all over it, flips it to the opposite side corner, but Dominic Moore, maybe a little miscommunication. He doesn't get to that puck. You can just see the Capitals, just not their night. Just not our night right now. But we are forcing Colorado to dump it in a lot. And we're able to get back to that puck on most of the occasions. Fourth line out here, grinding it away. We've seen Dominic Moore's handles. Surprisingly enough, he has pretty decent hands on this team. He has gotten into space with some dekes before in games past this season. Ribeiro doing a spin move as well, just trying to get anywhere you can for a shooting lane. There's a penalty coming up to the Avalanche. Comiskey, one time blocked, so that will be a reset back at center, which is fine. Everybody can regroup and get a clean entry and figure out what you want to do with it, but we just turned it right over, and that is the touch. But back to the power play. Fourth time in the game, we will have a power play. This is one that cannot go to waste. Absolutely can't go to waste. We've done quite a few spin moves, spin dekes, whatever you want to call them. Mostly just trying to get to the middle of the ice. The middle of the ice is prime territory, but you can see that most of the shots we're taking that are from distance are not getting through. The Avalanche are blocking a lot of the opportunities that we're trying to get on net from the point, as Perreault just struggling to get that puck back. And this is just time that's wasted on the power play. Every time you have to go back and retrieve it, there's a lot of time that goes off that power play. That was a good look on the back door, but Varlamov has just been better. He's been right to the task, and he's outdueled Braden Holtby in this game. Gotten some help from his shorthanded team as well. But this power play for Washington, best in the league, not been threatening enough. And that's another one that's going to get rejected before it gets to Varlamov. He has an easier save at his hands after that fact. He may be telling you, though, that none of these saves he's made tonight are easy, and this is the tale of the tape. Varlamov backdoor. Backdoor again, I believe this is. That was just a moment ago, and then this is the most recent save he has right here. He has been the story of this game. He's denied some good opportunities for Washington. It's not like the opportunities have not been there for our team. We just haven't converted on any of them. And another one blocked. Back to the point it's handled. And just thrown back in desperation. And it will be a face-off, I believe, in the D zone that's deflected out of play. 2 shorthanded goals. He had 1 coming into this evening. He has 2 coming out of this game. And that's thanks to our team giving him the shorthanded one. That was a big deflection. But again, even if you deflect it, changes direction in front. Varlamov has enough pads in the way. The power play is expiring now. 10 seconds to go on it. It's rimmed around. Downey cannot clear. So good effort by the defenseman. That's Dmitry Orlov to try and keep it in. But it is eventually just flown the length of the ice by the Avalanche penalty killers. They have killed all 4 power plays off for Washington tonight. And you can tell it's a night of misery for the Washington power play and the Washington offense in general. They expect more than this. Just 2 goals. Just not enough. Obviously not enough to be leading on the scoreboard right now. I mean, do you start getting up in Varlamov's grill? Start whacking at him. Start whacking at him with the stick. Whack at his pads. Whack at his face. Got to do this. Do a Sean Avery. It's whatever you got to do to score. Go get another goal. Got to tie this game up. It's Green. A defenseman on a breakaway. And again, Varlamov has yet another save. Breakaway for the defenseman. It is a defenseman, so that might play a factor in that. Make that a little bit easier save for him. The chances have been there tonight. You cannot say that that has not been the case. Eric Fair, he's got a goal or 2 in his back pocket as he protects the puck on the shield. Backdoor finds more, and we are tied. What a nifty pass from Eric Fair. That is a top-notch assist, and it's just a 9th goal for the 4th-line center on the season, but it is one to be remembered. It ties the game late. We finally sneak one past number 1 in the net for the Avalanche. Well, you would have figured that might have come on the power play, but it's better late and at even strength than never at all. So I'll happily take that with less than 5 to go in regulation play. Now your brain shifts, and do you think about getting the game winner? That was off the back of the net, by the way, by that forward. I'm not sure who the forward is that shot it off the back of the net, but it almost led to a chance. We're just being patient, looking, waiting for that chance at proper shooting lane to open up as the handle goes to Wolski, who dove. He did not get tripped. He dove for it. And here comes Gabriel Landeskog and the Avs back the other way again, just kind of rimming it behind the net. That's been their go-to this evening, because I don't know that they've had much of any other choice but to send the puck behind the net of Braden Holtby, trying to get in on that forecheck. That's typically the type of game we want to play. We're trying to cover the front of the net. Oh, the backdoor tap in. It's Paul Stastny, the man who scored shorthanded. has given the Avs the lead once again. It's 4-3, 20th of the season for 26. We just completely lost him in coverage. Completely lost him. He snuck right in there like a robber. And he takes away an opportunity for the Capitals to win the game, at least for right now. 2:29 to go in the game. A bad time to give up a goal like that. Very frustrating, obviously. And your brain has to shift again. You have to reshift your brain once again. Now you got to think about getting it tied. And thinking about when that goaltender pull might be coming, as we would be offside if we touched this puck. So the goaltender pull is in the back of your brain. It is Alsner to retrieve. Schultz, headman, misses, but it misses its intended target, but found Martin Erat doing multiple stick handles. Just got to space. Big save on Like. You know, that might have just won the game for the Avalanche. That just tells you everything you need to know right there. There is no beating Semyon Varlamov in this game right now, aside from the 3 times we have beat him, but it has looked like a near impossible task at times. To beat number 1 for the Avalanche. Can we get a late goal? The goaltender is pulled. 30 seconds to go in the game. Forecheck is doing its job. Is the offense going to do its job? That's friendly fire. Teammate blocking the shot. Alsner walks the middle. Shoots, saved by the glove, but barely. And it's forced through the crowd of bodies in the slot. They're just trying to kill time. It's wrapped around behind their own net. And they just keep playing catch there. That's going to kill enough time. Hunwick saucers out to center. A penalty's taken on McGinn. He hits the side of the net. And no matter what, that is definitely the loss. A very frustrating one late in the third period of play to drop that one the way that we did. Well, the good news on Alexander Ovechkin is it will just be a 1 to 2 week injury. So that is... It is what it is. He's not going to be catching up in the... the Maurice Richard Trophy race. Just 28 goals. But he's played just about that many games. So still not a bad season for Alexander Ovechkin. But that is going to lead to some lineup changes. As Troy Brouwer, get out of there. You're not playing Troy Brouwer on the first line. We will... I don't even remember what we did for the substitutions here. But definitely Troy Brouwer just moved to the fourth line. It looks like Perreault is going to be moved up to that first line. And, of course, some power play changes will be necessary as well. I believe that was Perreault subbed in, so just Perreault in place of Ovechkin, I think, everywhere. So that should be all of the changes that are made to the lineup until Ovechkin returns from injury. Not the first time that's happened to him this season.